Opryland fans stunned when park owners suddenly announced it's shutting down for good. Now, at the time, statements were made that its replacement would include both shopping and rides, but that never quite came to be. Continuing with our all-day special reports, Opryland Remembered, we take you back to Opryland's twilight hours. The 1997 holiday season wasn't as cheery as it should be.
When the friends passed by, we told them to go on before we started crying. Because it is that sad.
After 25 years of entertaining Nashvillians, Opryland closed its doors.
God works wonders, but this is a sad one.
Yeah.
And I think it's terrible somebody with that much money can destroy something like that.
Park owners and some city leaders presented an upbeat tone to the new tourist attraction that would replace Opryland, pitching it as a combination mega mall and amusement park, all wrapped in one. Gaylord Entertainment teamed with the Mills Corporation to build this new facility.
So it's going to have retail, but it's also going to have a strong amusement theme. Well, I think it's a huge deal. It's anticipated to attract 15 million people a year.
Opryland USA will not look like this by the year 2000. The amusement park will soon have department stores built around its rides. See, Opryland is turning into a mega mall.
I think what this will mean is there's one more thing to do for tourists in town. There's something which I think a lot of local people all through Middle Tennessee are going to love to come to and come back time and again.
But from the start, the pitch had skeptics.
There's too many shopping places as it is, and they all tend to be the same ones wherever you go, so I think I'd rather have a park.
Hey, Opryland, Opryland. I don't want it to be a big mall land.
You don't expect a park like Opryland to close.
Jim Frutrell is historian with the National Amusement Park Association. He has a fond memory of visiting Opryland as a kid and years later published its history.
It had such high visibility. It had, it seemed to be so ingrained into the culture of Nashville that you would have never expected it to go away. The one thing that I still remember being impressed with it was the natural beauty.
Even with its beauty, by the 90s, Trell says the park faced challenges. Tastes started to change. Parkgoers were seeking out adrenaline-pumping thrill rides and coasters more than live entertainment and shows, which Opryland was known for. Plus, Opryland was only open half the year. But the Gaylord Entertainment Group had a massive hotel next door that needed to have guests all year round in order to thrive. At the time, Frutrell says a mega mall seemed like the smarter business decision.
That's been one of the challenges in the industry since the 1990s, is that it's become a much more financially driven industry. Many of the biggest operators are now publicly traded companies, so they have shareholders and investors to answer to. And I think some of that was the pressures that were being placed on Gaylord at the time. And the fact that they completely leveled the park, all those 4,000 trees were cut down and they cleared the land. I think that really stunned a lot of people.
Frutrell says promises were made to develop the riverfront as a waterfront entertainment venue and create a connection between the Grand Ole Opry and the new mall. But that vision never quite happened.
Once the mall was built, none of that other stuff came to fruition.
Beloved rides like the Old Mill Scream were sold off to competing theme parks, while others were turned into scrap. 27 years later, and many still wish Opryland was there.
Nashville could easily support another Opryland, but I think the sad thing is that was the right park at the right time. It came in as Nashville was really starting to grow. It grew with Nashville. You don't realize what you have until it's gone.
So true. Well, a few of these iconic rides were given a second life in other parks across the country. So coming up on News 2 at 5, see how multiple beloved rides are still being remembered and used.